system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history.
In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing.
The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We get crushed.
Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. I'm your brother, Mr. G7, also known as Mentu Kepera Aten, which means warrior who transforms into the divine. Family, if you're waiting for divine intervention, guess what? I might be your saving grace. You never know. Stranger things that's happening in the universe. Family, if you are within the sound of my voice, stop what you're doing. Pay attention to what I have to tell you, because we know this nation, America, is going through a financial devastation. Our finances are going through devastation. The prices in the stores are just so high. No one is going to triple our salary. So if you've been waiting for a word from the Lord, or whoever the heck you're waiting for, I might be your saving grace. Family, if you don't know anything about ISO 2022, then you don't know anything about what's ready to happen with this nation. This nation financially is going down the tubes. Who is going to help you? Who is going to triple your salary? Family, listen to your brother. I can also be available at G7 Think Yoga. That's G7 Think Yoga. I am a Kemetic yoga instructor, which teaches the postures of the God and Goddesses. Family, you're going to want to counsel me. You're going to want to counsel with me. After I give you this information, you're going to want to reach out to me. I'm also available on Zoom calls. So get in touch with me at G7 Think Yoga. I'm also available for some yoga lessons. I travel throughout the country weekend and give yoga lessons. You can consult with me. You're going to want to talk to me after I give you this information. We can get together on Zoom calls. It'll be $75 an hour. I am not a financial consultant or a financial advisor, but I still will give you financial information. And I also will give you information on life, and also philosophy, and also on Kemetic yoga. Family, what I'm going to do is I'm going to present to you, and I'm going to give you such hard evidence that you're going to want to buy as much XRP, as much XLM as possible, because time is running out. Okay? So they say the lawsuit between Ripple and the Security Exchange Commission should be over by at least March, the middle of March, or the end of March. That means we got maybe 45 days left before the financial situation in our lives will change. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. If you listen to me, I'm going to bring proof. I'm going to introduce you to two of the most powerful women in the world when it comes to finances. So family, stick with me. I'm going to bring the evidence to you. You're going to want to share this information with your loved ones. Give this a like. Share this with whoever in your life, because soon you're not going to be able to buy XRP. It's going to be expensive. When the court case is over, they're saying that XRP price right now is 40 cents. It's going to jump up to $25 to $50 the sooner this case is over. You don't have to believe me, family. You don't have to believe me. All I ask, if you invest and you make over 20, 30, 40,000, right? Look out for those unfortunate. Okay, look out for charities, and also look out for your brother, Mr. G7. Okay, so with that said, family, let me present you with some facts. Meet the two most influential financial consultants in the world. Now, family, before I introduce you to the two most powerful financial entities of women in the world. Let me just explain to you what they are involved in, okay? The two most powerful women in the world when it comes to finance, right, has joined the board of directors of Ripple Labs. Now, keep in mind that Ripple, right, is in the middle of a lawsuit against the Security Exchange Commission. Now, why would two of the most powerful females in the world would risk ruin their reputation and hard work, right, by joining a company that's being sued and accused of security violations? Why would they do that unless they know something, family, that you and I do not know? Because a good woman is not going to ruin her reputation and the reputation of her family. Because family, we know if we're married or we have a good partner in our lives, right? When our pockets are broke or empty, guess what? A female she always comes up with $1. You know why? Because a female will starve before she lets her children starve. So they always know how to squeeze $1, even though this financial situation is getting harder and harder. So ladies, particularly, listen to what I'm saying to save your family, because you always been there for your family, and most of the time you've been there for your man. So listen to what I got to say, family. First of all, let me just let you know what's going on, okay? On Washington, D.C., and I'm going to be reading. Washington, D.C., December 22nd, 2020, the Securities and Exchange Commission announced today that it has filed an action against Ripple Labs Incorporated and two of its executives who are also significant security holders, alleging that they raised over $1.3 billion through an unregistered, ongoing digital asset security offering. According to the SEC's complaint, Ripple, Kristen Lawson, the company's co-founder, executive chairman of its board, and former CEO, and Brad Gardenhouse, the company's current CEO, raised capital to finance the company's business. The complaint alleged that Ripple raised funds beginning in 2013 through the sales of digital assets known as XRP in an unregistered security offering to investors in the United States and worldwide. Ripple also allegedly distribute billions of XRP in exchange for non-cash consideration, such as labor and market-making services. According to the complaint, in addition to structuring and promoting the XRP sales used to finance the company's business, Lawson and Gardenhouse also effective personal unregistered sales of XRP totaling approximately $600 million. The complaint alleged that defendants failed to register their offers and sales of XRP or satisfy any exemption from registration in violation of the registration provisions of the federal security laws. Oh my goodness, right? So they saying issuers seeking the benefits of a public offering, including access to retail investors, broad distribution, and a secondary trading market, must comply with the federal security laws that regulate registration of offerings unless an exception from registration. So family, these two, the most powerful women in the world, are ready to join a company, right, that's being accused of security and exchange violations, of violating the law. Why would they do that? Okay? Now, let's meet these ladies that are willing to sacrifice it. And who are these ladies that would join a company, right, that's been accused of fraud? Let's meet them, family. Family, meet Sandy O'Connor. Keep in mind that Sandy O'Connor, she joined Ripple on December 15th, 2020. Okay? So she joined just a couple of days after she joined, then the SEC sued Ripple. Didn't she know that she was going to a company that's being sued for security violations Anyway, let me tell you who she is. Sandy O'Connor, Board of Directors of Ripple. Sandy O'Connor is a recognized financial industry thought leader with a career spanning over 30 years. She retired as the Chief Regulatory Affairs Officer for JP Morgan Chase, where she set the regulatory strategy and led engagement with G20 policymakers. There, she previously held senior positions, including Global Treasurer, Head of Prime Services, and was a member of the Executive Committee. She supported the integrity and efficiency of capital markets as chair of the Federal Reserve's Board's Alternative Reference Rates Committee and as a former member of the Treasury Markets Practice Group sponsored by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. She now serves on the Task Force on Financial Stability and on the FDIC Systemic Resolution Authority Committee. She is a director of the Bank of New York Mellon Corporation and TexRex Corporation. Throughout her career, she has been a champion of diversity and inclusion. American Banker named her one of the most powerful women in banking and finance multiple times. Family, she is the director of the Bank of Mellon New York Corporation and TexRex Corporation. Do you think that she will risk her reputation and that the Bank of New York Mellon will have her served on the board of directors of a company that's being accused of fraud and security violation? Family, the fix is in. Do you understand? She is one of the most powerful women in the world. Okay? Where she led the G20 policymakers. That means worldwide global treasurer. Okay? She was a global treasurer. Do you understand, family, what's ready to happen? Anyway, this is Sandy O'Connor, a board member of the board of directors. Okay? Now, let's move on. Let's meet the other board member. Okay, family, it is now time to meet the other board member, Rosie Rios. But before I introduce you to Rosie Rios, guess what? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So, family, do me a favor. Go into your wallet right now. If you have any money, take out a $1 bill. Take out $2 or $3 bill, $2 or $3. Now, look on the left-hand side where it says the Treasury, Secretary, it says Treasury, and you're going to see Rosie Rios' name on your money. Her name is on your money. If you don't see it in $1 bill, take another $1 bill. Because remember, we have a new Treasury Secretary named Jack now. So go through some dollars. You're going to see Rosie Rios' name. Okay? We remember back in the day, what's the saying? It says, money talks and bullshit walks. Money talks and bullshit walks. Rosie Rios has her name on the $1 bill. Let me read to you a little bit more who she is. Rosie Rios has over 30 years of experience in public policy and investment management. She served as the 43rd Treasurer of the United States and was the CEO of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing and the United States Mint. She led efforts to place a female portrait on the United States currency for the first time in over a century. After resigning in 2016, she received the Hamilton Award, the highest honor bestowed in the United States Department of the Treasury. Rios was the longest-serving Senate-confirmed Treasury official, starting on the Federal Reserve transition team in November 2008 at the height of the financial crisis. She was appointed as a visiting scholar at the Radcliffe Institute for Advanced Study at Howard University with a focus on millennium and post-millennium. She is now the CEO of Red River Associates, a real estate investment management consulting firm, and serves on the board of American Family Insurance and Fidelity Charitable Trust. Family, one of the most powerful females in the world, the Treasury Secretary, okay? And she was appointed to the board of directors of Ripple. When was she appointed? She was appointed in May 2021. That means a year after the lawsuit. She joined Ripple as the board of directors. Family, do you understand that they know what's ready to happen? You do not waste over 30 years experience, okay, as the 43rd treasurer of the United States of America to go to a company that's being sued for securities violations. Do you understand that doesn't happen? A couple of weeks ago, she was in Washington meeting with President Biden. President Biden, right? A couple of days ago, right? She just named one of Rosie Rio's friends, okay? Laura Brannon. President Biden named her as a top economic advisor to the president and vice chair of the Treasury. That's where Rosie was. So one of her best friends, right? Check this out. Her best friends was named to that post. Okay? Now, let me see, when did this happen? On July 8th, 2021, she was the vice, and we're talking about Ms. Brennan. She was the vice president of the board of governors at the Federal Reserve System. So on July 8th, 2021, this is what she said, and I quote, "There's a risk that a single dominant stablecoin might emerge given the winner-take-all dramatics in such activities." End of quote. She's saying that there's going to be one stable coin, right, that's going to take over everything. Why do you think Rosie Rios and Sana O'Connor sits on the board of XRP Ripple? Family, this might be one of your last chances, right, to have wealth for your family and for your generation. Okay, because America is ready to be dominant, to be devastated. Family, I think I presented a case, right? Go in your wallet. Whose money, whose name is on your dollar bill? Who serves on the board of directors of Ripple? And not only that, but all the rest of these companies that choose Ripple. Family, I think I laid my case out nice and clear, family. And if you guys need any more information, I'm more than happy to help you. You can Zoom me, you can call me, you can email me, G7thinkyoga. G7thinkyoga. Like I said, I'm available, and I'm also a Kemetic yoga instructor. Do you understand? We need divine intervention at this time, and I'm here to help you because I'm your brother. So family, with that, I think I can rest my case, family.
In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at Swift? Former Swift board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple.
Now
is